A lot of you have crossed Ecuador off of your list because of the increase in crime since the pandemic, and we get it. We don't feel as safe here as we used to either.
And because of that, you've been asking us for a Plan B country. If we had to leave Ecuador, then where would we go?
That's a great question, and we've been asking ourselves that quite a bit lately. It's actually always been our intention to get a second residency just so we have options.
Unless things get a lot worse, Ecuador is going to continue to be our home base. We're lucky because we now have permanent residency, which means that we could travel throughout the world without having to worry about how long we can be outside the country.
And we've also been waiting for little Daisy to leave us. She's really old and couldn't travel anymore, so we wanted to wait until she was gone before we started exploring other countries.
And thank you all so much for all your support and your kind words. It's really meant a lot to us and helped us get through. We're still struggling. We really miss her.
But our search for a Plan B has been a lot of fun, and we're going to talk about 10 intriguing countries that also have a variety of visa options.
Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button if you are planning a move abroad but you aren't sure where you want to go, because we talk about a lot of different options in our videos.
And now for our top 10 Plan B countries, starting with number 10, Paraguay.
Paraguay has some easy residency options. They did make some changes in 2023. It used to be that you could go straight into permanent residency, but now you start off with a 2-year temporary residency. You do have to prove that you can support yourself financially, but you no longer are required to make a deposit into a bank account. They also have an investor visa, which is $70,000. And the nice thing about Paraguay is that it is a territorial tax country, which means you do not have to pay tax on your foreign source income.
Some of the things we love about Paraguay is it's very affordable, it has a low cost of living, it's beautiful, it's a green country with lots of outdoor activities, and for Latin America, it's very safe.
However, there are some cons, and one is that it's still developing. Outside of Asuncion, you're not going to see a lot of other major cities. It's rural, so you're going to have dirt roads and maybe not as good of internet and things like that. And there's a lot of poverty. Plus, it is far from your home country, assuming you're coming from US or Canada. And the weather can be kind of crazy. It can be hot and humid and buggy in the summer, and the winters can be pretty wet.
Number 9 is Malaysia. They have a new digital nomad visa. It's valid for 1 year and it can be renewed. You must do digital work and earn at least $2,000 per month in income. And the nice thing about Malaysia, it's a territorial tax country, so they don't tax that foreign sourced income. Malaysia also has a My Second Home visa, or MM2H. It's a 10-year visa. You need to have at least $83,000 in liquid assets and $2,370 per month in income.
There is a lot to be excited about when it comes to Malaysia. Some of the pros are that it is culturally diverse. You're going to meet people from all over the world and a lot of people speaking English. Plus, they've got developed cities with modern infrastructure, and oh my gosh, there's so much to appreciate. You've got beaches, you've got incredible nature and natural diversity, and they are known for their good healthcare.
Some of the downsides are it's very far from your family if you're from the US or the Western Hemisphere. It can also be really hot and humid in the summer, and it's very crowded.
Number 8 is Costa Rica. They also have a digital nomad visa that's good for 12 months, and you can renew it for an additional 12 months. You need $3,000 a month for one person, and for a family, you need $4,000 a month in income. And the nice thing about Costa Rica is that it is also a territorial tax country.
Some things we like about Costa Rica are the pura vida lifestyle. It's a laid-back, tranquilo lifestyle. We love that. It's also a lot of natural beauty with mountains, jungles, and beaches, and there's a lot of things to do.
Plus, it is so close to Ecuador, so it'd be a really easy flight for us to go back and forth between those two countries. There is a direct flight, which I like. But there are some cons, of course, and some of that are the concerns over the increased crime. We've unfortunately been hearing that they are dealing with some of the issues that Ecuador is, not to the scale, but of course that's something that we are monitoring. They also have a rainy season, and it is more expensive.
Number 7 is Malta. They have a digital nomad visa with a minimum gross annual income of approximately $35,200. It's good for 1 year, and you can renew it for a max of 3 years.
Malta is known for its great weather, and English is widely spoken. Plus, it is a developed country, and it's safe. It's in the Mediterranean Sea, so wow, what more could you ask for? You've got all that natural beauty and the ocean. Yes, please.
Some of the downsides are it's very crowded since it is an island and there are a lot of people there. It's also very polluted, unfortunately. The public transportation is lacking, and if you get claustrophobic, you might not like island living too much.
Number 6 is Albania. They have a 1-year tourist visa for U.S. citizens, and they also have a long-term stay visa valid for 1 year, and you can renew this up to 5 times, so you can be there for 5 years. You need to have approximately $9,800 per year in income to qualify.
Some of the pros of Albania are it's very affordable as a low cost of living. It's also safe. They have a lot of locally grown food and a lot of natural beauty in Albania, and it's a great location relative to other parts of Europe.
Some of the drawbacks are that it's a developing country and it is lacking in some services and infrastructure, and there is a language barrier. There's not as many English speakers.
Number 5 is Croatia. For their digital nomad visa, you need a monthly income of roughly $2,500 or a bank statement showing you have at least 12 months of savings, which is about $30,000, depends on the exchange rate. It's good for 1 year, and then you have to leave for 6 months, but then you can go back and reapply for another year. And the nice thing is you don't pay any tax on your foreign sourced income from your digital nomad income streams.
Croatia has a lot going for it. The pros are that it is affordable and it's a great location, and there is a lot of history and architecture for you to enjoy. Plus, they have a lower tax rate compared to other European countries, so if you're looking at a different type of visa, that's a nice plus. It's known for its excellent healthcare and its safety.
Some drawbacks are its bureaucracy, but you're going to find that in a lot of countries. Economic challenges for the locals, so there might be somewhat of an income disparity. And the language barrier, not a lot of people speak English, and Croatian is pretty difficult to learn.
Number 4 is Spain. I know a lot of people are really interested in Spain, and so are we. They have a new digital nomad visa now as well. I guess that is the big trend. For their visa, you need $2,500 a month. It is valid for 12 months, and you can renew it up to 5 years. And they do have tax incentives for the first 4 years.
Some pros about Spain are, well, we already speak Spanish. That would be a big help for us. It's safe. They have excellent health care, of course, great food and wine. There's lots to do, and they have great public transportation.
Unfortunately, they are also known for their bureaucracy. Boy, we read about that quite a bit. It is a little bit more expensive than some of the other places on our list. And some of their visa requirements do change, so that's something you need to pay attention to. And the tax situation is a little bit iffy, so we're going to learn more about that and keep you all posted. If you're looking to do a retirement visa, I think that they have more tax incentives in place for you, but you have to really be careful. You don't want to pay extra tax.
Number 3 is Greece. You need to have at least $3,800 per month in income to qualify for their digital nomad visa. It's good for 1 year, and you can renew for 1 more year. They also have a retirement visa with very favorable low tax rates.
Yeah, that's always a big plus. Greece has so much to offer. You've got incredible food and the history and culture. The people are super friendly, and oh my gosh, those beaches and those islands. Yes, please.
Some drawbacks are is it is a higher cost of living compared to some of the other countries on our list. There's also the language barrier. It's Greek. They have a different alphabet. And there's the bureaucracy, but again, that's pretty common across these countries. And they've had a lot of fires recently due to drought and high temperatures. So in the northeast of the country and some of the islands have had fires. It's been pretty bad this year.
Number 2 is Panama. The great thing about Panama is that they have a 6-month tourist visa for us U.S. citizens. They also have a digital nomad visa, which you can get for 9 months, and you can extend it for another 9 months. And for that, you need to have $36,000 a year. And it is a territorial tax country, which we are big fans of.
Yeah, it means no tax on our foreign U.S.-based income. Some of the pros of Panama are it's close to the U.S. and Ecuador, so it's easy to get direct flights. That we're big fans of that. And it's also got great healthcare and a solid infrastructure.
But there are some drawbacks. They have a rainy season, prices have gone up, and they have had protests recently.
And number 1 on our list of best Plan B countries is Portugal. They have a D8 digital nomad visa that's valid for 1 year, and it can be renewed. You need 4 times the minimum wage, or about $3,000 per month in income. They also have a D7 passive income visa, and you only need around $800 a month for that one. Plus, they have this thing called the NHR scheme, which stands for non-habitual residency or resident, and that means that you get some tax advantages from that.
Portugal is one of the best options for permanent residency and citizenship, especially if you want to move in Europe. They are known for their excellent healthcare, and it is one of the safest countries in the world.
Some downsides are you have to learn Portuguese, although it's pretty similar to Spanish. A lot of the words look the same. It's really not that much different. Housing prices have become more expensive, especially in the major cities over the last few years. There's also a lot of bureaucracy. That seems to be a common theme among these countries. And there are lots of foreigners already living there. And it's not just people from the US and Canada. A lot of Russians, Chinese, and Africans are living there now, and that has caused prices of things, especially real estate, to go up.
All right, unconventionals, there you have it. These are our top 10 picks for our Plan B countries, at least for now.
Yeah, I do think Portugal seems to be the most attractive on the list, at least for me.
I don't know. I really Portugal would be amazing. Actually, any of these countries would be amazing. I really like Panama because it's so close to Ecuador. But now that we have flexibility, I would love to go and see all of these, JP.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of exploratory trips in our future.
One reason why we can live in multiple countries is because we work online and earn Wi-Fi income.
We know that's an obstacle for a lot of you, which is why we created our online income e-course to show you how to do what we do.
It's a high-level review of the main categories of online income, including remote jobs, freelancing, the influencer economy, and the e-commerce economy.
We cover a lot of different options that will allow you to create multiple streams of income so you can pull the plug on your location-specific life and live where you want, work when you want, and do what you want.
Check below for a link or scan this QR code to learn more, and use coupon code AAJP20 to save 20% on the order page.
If you enjoyed this video, then check out this one next.
And let us know in the comments if any of these Plan B countries resonated with you or if you have some different ones on your list.
Before you go, leave us a like, please, and we will see you all in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.